Okay, it is time for the Podkatz with Jason Katz, with your host, Jason Katz. It is July 16th, 2026. And if everything goes according to plan, I will be performing for a comedian tonight for my first sold out show, possibly shows, question mark. Look at this July weather, by the way. Holy crap, Washington. You know, things have happened. Starting off, I don't have a girlfriend anymore. Very short-lived. We were dating for like a month, a little bit over a month. I am sad, and I'm a little bit angry at the reasons. But you know, if this person didn't have my back for this situation, then they probably wouldn't be on my back. They wouldn't be on my side for other stuff. Does that make sense? Like, I'm being cryptic. Basically, there were two main reasons, and one was how public I went with my last Podkatz episode where we talk about twatties. She didn't. I don't even think she watched it. I just don't think she liked the fact that I like surfaced dirty laundry. You know, like I aired out some dirty laundry. Not like literally, like you know. Like, I talked about, I named someone, and I've been feeling the repercussions about it. That was one of the reasons. She's like, I don't like how, like, you got so angry and went public, and it's like, okay, but, like, that's kind of what I'm trying to do, is be public. I'm trying to IPO here, you know? Like, I got stockholders to like, no, I'm just gonna be a dick, honestly. I'm a piece of shit. I cut a guy off. He's probably late. Now he's gonna go home. Or to work late, get fired, and go home. No, but like, okay. The other reason she broke up with me was the shop. She said she didn't like the fact that I shoplifted. But I didn't even like shoplift. I spent like $30 at Safeway, and instead of spending $35, I left like a bag of cookies in my bag. And to her, that was a big no-no. Which, you know, if that was like the fatal, you know what I mean? Like, if someone is just like, that is the biggest red flag, I can't look over this, I can't get past it, and then it's like, yeah, I don't really, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want, if something were to actually happen, I wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like, maybe I'm not articulating, that was kind of a lot of mumbo jumbo. It's just like, if that was the final straw, being morally outraged that I stole a bag of cookies from a company that makes food one of the things we need to survive, a commodity, right? Like, has anyone ever thought about like why food isn't free? You know? Anyways, I hope her and I can stay friends. I don't have any bad blood. I'm a little sad. I think I'll get over it. So honestly, I don't even know if I was wanting a relationship at that time. Maybe I've aired too much. I don't know. These aren't no one listens to this. But yeah, I got banned from an open mic because of my Podkatz episode. And I was like, are you being for real right now? And my friend was like, yeah, dude, I don't want you to, like, you know, like, it's kind of like, it's interesting because this person who runs the open mic has nothing to do with twatties. They're not involved at all. They're offended for Andrew. And it's like, okay, but I'm offended by Andrew. You know, like, I'm offended by that person's behavior towards me and others. Like, and mind you, like, I don't know, Like, it was hurtful because I was like, really? But I mean, did I really expect it? I mean, honestly, like, the group that person runs in has a lot of group think, in my opinion. Like, it seems to me that they were like, you have to pick a side, and they picked a side. And it's interesting because it's like, it has nothing to do with you. You know, like, no one needs to pick any sides. Like, if anything, I was just kind of venting. And I was talking to my friend Zach about it, and he was like, wait a minute. So somebody, because like the guy I was talking to, we had a conversation, and he was like, well, you know, I haven't really like heard your side of the story. I just heard you call Andrew a bitch. And I'm like, okay, so you just you didn't listen to the whole explanation, but you picked a side? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, be an educated voter at least. Like, and there's no shade, because like, I don't know, like, I don't want it to be like, oh my God, Jason just spoke publicly about somebody. What's gonna happen? Like, I'm not trying to start anything. Like, I mean, yes, I re-listened to the Podkatz episode, and I was angrier than I thought I was. But it's not like the anger is out of place. The behaviors that I experienced from Andrew is unacceptable, to be honest. Like, it's very childish. A lot of not listening, and also selective listening. And I'm not trying to double down either. I'm just giving my perspective of how I think that talk went, because I'm probably still going to be banned, which sucks. Because like, I mean, you know, it was 3 minutes. The bike's kind of dying anyway. And like, even my friend who co-created it, who's now not here, was just like, yeah, the list looks kind of weird. Looks kind of dude bro-y. I was like, yep, it is. It's exactly what's happening. Anyways, I don't want to get like into a whole beef thing, but like, honestly, like, this is what I do in the Podkatz. I will talk about you if you do something stupid. Depending on how mad I am, I will name drop you. And it's not like, oh my God, we can't trust Jason. Because like, apparently Andrew went into a group chat with bookers and said that I said homophobic things about him. And it's like, I want you to know, Andrew, if you're listening, when I called you a bitch, it has nothing to do with your sexual orientation. It has nothing to do with you being gay. In fact, I'm more offended by you not considering me gay, which is, I think, very disgusting behavior. Like, talk about community. So if anyone is watching this from that group, just know that it has nothing to do with most of you. You know, like, we don't need to pick sides. I didn't kill anyone, you know, yet. No, I'm just kidding. I would never. Like, honestly, like, all right, what I'm hurt more about is just this like pearl clutching of it. Just, oh good heavens, he said so many offensive things. It's like, bro, you kind of fucked me over in a lot of ways. You were very disrespectful to me and other people, like Kevin, and like, everyone's just like, oh good heavens, how could you talk about his shitty behavior? And it's like, because the behavior is shit, maybe people should know, you know? I don't really care if like I'm not invited to the parties. I was never really invited to like anything from like that side of Seattle comedy. And I'm not even trying to burn bridges. I'm just offering perspective. And it's like, are we really gonna have this like kind of childish, cliquey gossip session? Because like, I will say everything on camera. I have a very Kardashian style, all right? The cameras are always on, all right? And it's just like, I'm gonna talk shit if you fuck with me. Not in a way that's gonna hurt my career. Maybe on the microcosm, I have lost a few opportunities to do some open mics in Seattle, but to be perfectly honest with you, there'll be other mics. That's the beauty of, honestly, the open mic economy, is that its business is almost always booming. And I've seen a lot of mics die and regrow. And yeah, I don't know. I guess my point is like, they like, the person I talked to, who is one of my friends, was like, you made it public. And it's like, yeah, I'm not trying to be like a private comedian, you know? Like, of course I'm gonna call, and it's just like, dude, I didn't say anything homophobic. I called him a bitch, a pussy ass bitch, because that's what he's being. If the words have origin in homophobia, or if anything, it's more sexist than it is homophobic. But I need you all to understand that I called him a bitch because of his behavior, and I am gonna stand on that. Because, like, I don't know, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? The only person profiting from this entire thing is the bar owner of the bar that runs Let Swatties Do Its mic. That is the only person making money off of this. Yeah, like, I don't think it matters. This is not big news. The repercussions are interesting, though, because it's just like, a lot of group think it's just like, hey, we stand with this person, let's not associate with this person. But it's like, in one ways, it's a lesson of show business, because this is something that is going to come up again, and maybe I do need to watch my tongue. But also, like, I don't know, what do you think, viewers? Oh, I'm just kidding. There's only like 50 of you, like, sometimes. But, like, honestly, I don't think this affected Swatties in any way. I think it only hurt, like, Andrew's feelings. And then because he is an emotional, like, how do I say this? Like, he's like, there's a word I learned in the book I'm reading. It's like, when people don't know how to deal with their emotions, they will try to get other people to experience their emotions through communicating. And it's just like, see, I'm not alone. I have somebody that, like, understands what it's going through. That being said, a lot of people that do that end up like hurting other people, because, like, those people don't need to take your emotions. And I think that's kind of what's happening with this group, is they're just all, oh my god, Andrew's so sad. This sounds like I'm gonna get canceled even more. And the funny thing is like, I was talking to the person about it, right? But, like, that morning I had dropped a diss track about Andrew, and, like, it was like a freestyle. And I don't think he knew that I dropped a freestyle. Like, and if he did, he didn't listen to it. Which tracks, considering, like, at least listen to what I'm saying before you're like, we cannot work with Jason Katz. We can't work with him. He's homophobic. I can't be homophobic, all right? I just can't. I suck too much dick. Oh, fucking with you. I can be homophobic. If you want me to be homophobic about this, I can be. I'm not going to, because it has nothing to do with sexuality. It has nothing to do with sexuality. It's all behavioral. It's just like, hey, this person wronged me. I'm explaining my feelings on the Podkatz publicly. You guys are welcome to comment. You're welcome to thumbs down. Wait, does YouTube still have a thumbs down? I don't know. The point is that I am hurt, I am sad, I am angry, because there seems to be a lot of repercussions for me just voicing my opinion on shitty behavior, and from everyone else on the other side has explained to me, only Andrew can do that. Because, like, I was just like, he went and talked about me in a group chat, and my friend, in quotes, I guess, was like, yeah, you posted something publicly. He's allowed to do that. It's like, okay, then I'm allowed to fucking post publicly about it. Like, These are just things. This doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter. My therapist said I should stop doing that because I'm like minimalizing my emotions. My point is that as much as I love this group, it's always been kind of one-sided in reciprocation. I would go to their shows, we would hang out, and they would book other people, not me. And like, I kind of stopped going to their shows because like, not trying to be transactional about it, but like, they never really support my shows or anything. And they never like let me bump or anything, but like when I was hosting, I would let them bump all the time. So it is kind of like one-sided in my opinion. I'll send them memes on Instagram. I've never really been sent memes by them, you know? So maybe it's just a group of relationships I don't need anymore. Like, no shade. I think they're all funny. I think they're all good people. I just don't like the clickiness. And there's nothing wrong with being a clique. But I was talking to a friend of mine in Tacoma, and he made such a good point. He was like, hey man, like, Seattle comedy is great, but like, it's just the same people booking each other over and over again. And it's just like, we'll book you over here, we'll book you over there for my show, and then you'll book me on your show. And it's like, yes, they don't really branch out. And I was talking to Kevin about this last night, and he was like, yeah, that's a really good point. Because like how do I say this? Like in showbiz, this is kind of Kevin's words, but like there's more like, oh, this is the better feeling that someone I barely know booked me because they saw me and like my stuff. Makes you feel better as a comedian than somebody that's just like, yeah, you're my friend, I'm booking you. Again, both sides of the aisle there are true, because that you can't get booked without a few starts from your friends and stuff like that. And honestly, that is kind of how Hollywood kind of works. A lot of friends. But it's not called friend business, is it? It's called show business. Sometimes I have friends tell me I'm not funny enough for their shows. Does it hurt? A little bit. Does it motivate me to get better? Yeah. Of course. Of course. But, I don't know. Does it matter? No. In 10 years, if I see them, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm, like, moved on from Seattle, and in 10 years I see them, I'm going to be like, hey, what's up, dude? You know? I'll do that today. You know? Like, it's no shade. It's just, like, we don't agree on this. I'm not doing anything that's, like, publicly bashing. You can call it homophobia if you want, but, like, it's not homophobic. It just isn't. I listened to it. It's not. It's honestly just kind of repercussions, you know, like for some reason it seems that everybody wants me, and they always feel like the way I've been approached this last week about the consequences of this, people seem really worried. And it's like, what? Who gives a shit? Not even 60 views. You know? Like I don't know why you're acting like, oh my god, Jason's this crazy person. Talk to him with like a little bit of like, oh my god, is he gonna snap? Like, I don't fuck with that. Because like, I didn't do anything bad. Maybe calling him a bitch isn't the best thing for my career. But you know what? I don't know. There it is, you know? Like, I don't give a fuck. They weren't exactly my friends. They haven't really been my friends in a long time. Which is sad, because I like that group. One could say I'm a little bit jealous of the group itself. Having a group of creatives is special. And it just always felt like I was like out of place there when I would go to their mics. It's not the biggest deal in the world. No one's mean to each other, but like, ugh. If you're gonna side with one person, maybe side with the person that's gonna win. No, I'm just kidding. It's not a competition because I've already won. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. And I'm stroking. But you know what? It made me realize that I should start a rap career. I hate this water bottle so much. It's just like you can't drink from this angle, but you can drink from this angle. I don't know if you heard that, but it didn't give me a good flow. I should save my voice because I have the biggest show I've ever been a part of tonight. It's my first sold out show. I'm not as nervous as I thought I was gonna be. I think that shows a lot of growth. Maybe I'll get some nerves when I see the audience. But to be honest with you, I'm excited because it's a comedian that I grew up watching, and it's awesome that I can be involved with them in any way. And it made me rework some jokes that I think have good angles now, or better angles, you know. Plus, if all goes well, I'll have good tape of a sold out show that I can parlay with bookers, unless they think I'm homophobic. Once again, I've sucked too much dick. I put too many things in my ass. Can't be homophobic. What else? I did yoga yesterday. Super fun. Oh, let's talk about comedy clubs, because one just closed down. And I've never felt welcome there. I almost never get put on the list. I can always do the bucket list, but never really made the I like you list for the Wednesday. I'm just excited to see this particular club owner start to realize, maybe they already realize it, but start seeing the truth of their friends, you know? I don't know how else to explain it. I am very grateful for my time there. It kind of was a perfect example of like what not to do at a club, you know? Like there's a lot of behaviors I did where I was just like, you know what? I probably won't do this when I get to a more major scale. I'm not gonna like beg somebody to put me on that clearly doesn't like me, you know? And I think that's something I do need to work on just in relationships. Because when people showed me that they didn't like me, like my parents, I would just try to get them to like me more. And it's like, that's not cool. I mean, it's not cool with my parents, but like, you know, my presence is a present, kiss my ass, or whatever Kanye said. Anyways, I'm very excited for tonight. And it's raining in July. The old man is snoring. I'm very hungry right now for some reason. I might get lunch. Things are going good. I'm having a good week despite the breakup and the I guess falling out with those friends. I wonder if I'm still banned. But to be honest with you, I might just go there tomorrow just to like ask out the bartender because I think she's pretty. That's not weird, right? Like, we have rapport. Someone must love the stripper, you know. No, I'm just kidding. But like, you know, she might just be nice because she worked in the service industry. I don't want to be another creep, because that is something that totally happens to women bartenders, is They think it's real. Their drunk ass customers are like, oh shit, she likes me. It's like, no, she's trying to get tips from you. Either way, it'll be a learning experience. Maybe cut it early? I don't know. Feels kind of wrapped up, right? Once again, I'm going public with behaviors that people are clearly trying to keep on the hush hush. I don't really fuck with that. Again, no shade, no hate. Do whatever you want all the time. And I do consider some people in that group my friends. I consider them friends. But if we're making this a beef, if we're making this a I'm on so-and-so's side, I'm on this side, then let's have it. Because, like, honestly, I don't care. I care more about the friendships than the opportunities here, because these are people that I spent a lot of time with. I am a little bit hurt by their decision to take Andrew's side over mine. And it's like, I've known you longer than Andrew. Maybe you guys are closer, but, like, I don't know. What about me? What about Jason? No, I'm just kidding. No, but for real though, like, is there anything I can say that makes this better besides I'm sorry, Andrew, which I'm not gonna say? Because, I mean, I'm sorry for making your shitty behavior public, I guess. Like, my twin. But it's not the biggest deal in the world. And you know what it really is controversy. And I think we all know controversy sells. So thanks for the name recognition, I guess. Controversy down, wow, bam, down, bow, wow, wow, bam, down. That's Prince, by the way. But no, like, honestly, like, it felt good posting a diss. The only thing stopping me from learning rap or having a rap career is I don't know how to edit music that well. Like, what I posted was a freestyle of me with a TV playing an instrumental. But as soon as I learned to take that instrumental and merge it with my audio on a editing software, it's game over for the game, you know? Like, I'm a good freestyler. I've been freestyling for, like, I don't know, a long time. Daily for a long time. It was my COVID hobby. You know what? We're pretty close to 30, so I guess we just rounded out at 30. Andrew, if you are listening and want to squash this beef by actually having a conversation with me, feel free. You have my number. I would love to settle things, you know. I don't want beef. But the battle rapper in me kind of lives for it. And I am a good battle rapper. Yeah, you know. I was taught by the best. Eminem, 50 Cent, Tupac, who else? Jay-Z. I've got Kendrick Lamar. I've got instrumentals already in the works. All right? I've got plenty of things I can go to. I am a nuke. I have a bunch of warheads and they rhyme. I'm just kidding. Let's squash this beef, honestly. Because it's such a silly beef, you know? What it actually is more of a... not a call out, because, like, I'm allowed to make things public because we're public. It's a public thing. This isn't going to affect anything. If anything, it might get you more audience members at Swatties. Yeah? And then you'll be like, thanks for calling me out, Jason. I'm just kidding. I mean, maybe it will. I don't fucking know. All right. Have I ruined my career enough? Have I burned the bridges? Maybe? I don't know. this means nothing. Like, in my mind, I'm just like, that's so silly to like end friendships over like, oh my god, you said he was a bitch. Oh my god. Like, yeah, I was kind of holding back, you know? Anyways, this has been a Podkatz, episode 25. Next, I believe next week will be 26, which is half a year. Pretty sure. Anyways, this has been brought to you by NordVPN, Palantir, Flock cameras. No, I'm just kidding. This has been brought to you by nothing. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, share, do whatever you want all the time. One of my favorite Family Guy quotes. And yeah, I'll see y'all next week.